This is a black cat that, when cornered, could take a life, effortlessly beheading top assassins at a moment's notice. After many years, Suhan once again confronts the Slytherin Palace. The terrifying power made both Ziyi and Xiaoluo furrow their brows. Because, throughout the entire Great Zhou dynasty, there were very few sects that practiced physical cultivation. Yet Xuan, being only 17 or 18, possesses such ability. This is when Akane suddenly launched a sneak attack from behind. The quick-reacting Azura instantly activated his red eye mode. With a swift backhand, he knocked the sharp, red sword aside. Then, another hand clamped down on the woman's shoulder. "If you interrupt my viewing one more time, you're dead." Upon hearing this, Akane's heart trembled, daring not to utter a sound. Seeing the situation, Suhan in the middle of the battlefield, let out a loud shout. "Xiener, come with me." With that said, a man and a cat charged towards them, ready to attack. All that could be heard was Xiener exerting her strength, letting out a long, roaring shout. The assassin's head was cleanly severed, and at that moment, Suhan also took down another with a single stroke. But the demonic aura you emit was seen through by the Azura. I was just wondering, in this world, after the kitchen and the Hall of Judgment, who else could train such an outstanding physical performer? Turns out, we hail from the same school. Having said that, he firmly pinched the pressure point on Hongjian's shoulder. "In the end, she dumped you like tossing out trash, just threw you away." Lying on the ground with his red shoulder, sweat dripping down in large drops, he found himself unable to move no matter how hard he tried. And Azura, with a smile on his face, looked at Suhan. These past few years, it turns out, the Azura from the Court of Hell, 17 or 18 years old, even has a black cat with him. I guess it must be the one he saved, right? Shush. A suspicion crossed my mind. He was trying to coax out some old clues from me. The sky-piercing sword, a treasure that everyone in the martial world covets. It seems this guy wants to silence me, then swallow it all for himself. Immediately, he yelled out, and tightened his body. With a heavy stomp, he planted his foot firmly on the ground. This made Ziyi's pupils constrict for a moment. Suhan conjured a shield before him using the endoscope. With a shout of celebration, charged straight ahead. Yet this sword strike was easily blocked by Shura and Dan Chang. Suhan's eyes narrowed in disbelief. But Azura didn't give him any time to react. He directly threw a punch at Suhan. Suhan cracked a faint smile, lifted his arm, and his fist solidly collided with that of the Azura. You just hear a loud boom. An explosion erupts in the forest. He was struck with such a chilling force that he was sent flying hundreds of meters away. And the fist of the Azura instantly split open, blood splattering everywhere. With bloodshot eyes, he forcefully said, "There's something strange about that guy's arm. This is it." Suhan stood up and charged at Shura once again. But the gap in tangible strength is just too vast. Ashura began intentionally avoiding Suhan's waist pen. Unexpectedly, at that moment, Xiener suddenly burst onto the scene. The two clashed, the opportunity vanished in a blink of an eye. And Suhan, of course, wouldn't miss such an opportunity. Seizing the moment when the Azura was distracted, he fired a cannon blast straight at him with full force. The agonized Shura lost balance in an instant. One punch, and you're sent flying dozens of meters. But this kind of attack clearly wasn't enough to take the other person down. And Xiener, due to repeatedly exerting herself, has reached her physical limit. The Azura, rising from the ground, spat out a mouthful of vital blood. "It seems you're still a loser, huh? Today, I'm gonna beat you so bad you'll be scrambling to pick up your gear." Watching as Shura launched himself towards him, Suhan stood his ground, holding Xingtian, ready to counterattack. But you still couldn't see through their tricks. In an instant, Shura appeared behind Suhan. Seeing this punch coming, it's about to hit my weak spot. Suhan subconsciously raised his arm, ready to give guidance. However, at this moment, Shura suddenly changed his move, landing a heavy kick on Suhan's chest. With a swift flicker in his cold eyes, he then spouted a mouthful of his light blood essence. This move, it's just too fast. Too fast. The staff and the cat, all fell to the ground, motionless. Shura slowly approached Shuaer. This cat seems to have a demon clan bloodline. By keeping you captive, you can provide me with a constant supply of demonic energy. Someday, I'll definitely break through the purple twilight prohibition, even the Rongxiang well. Subsequently, he turned his attention to the red tip on the side. The red spear, cornered step by step by the Azura, trembled in terror. Such a fine young lady, it'd be a real shame to kill her. But then again, a mission is a mission, after all. Immediately, he readied his hand to smack it dead on the spot. Unexpectedly, from behind, along the tree-lined path, a cascade of purple aura poured forth. Who dares to lay a finger on the person I protect? Ashura stared blankly at the frenzied Suhan. He was astounded. With his mustache area and the strength of a Vajra, he took my full-strength punch, and yet, he could still stand up unscathed. Not only did Suhan stand up, but he also swiftly moved, positioning himself in front of Shura. Watching Su Heng's sword-swinging action, Ashura quickly crossed his arms, taking up a defensive stance, and this strike was blocked by the bracers on his wrists. But with a furious roar from Suhan, the Xingtian sword instantly broke through the armor, piercing into Shura's wrist. Yet, in the very next second, Shura's hands were severed cleanly by an arrow.